Now, businesses don't fail because they don't have money, but they fail because they have too much money. Number two, businesses don't become successful because of how much money they have, but they become successful because of the strategies they adopt and implement. In this video, I want to share with you the two key strategies that you need, to adopt and implement in order for you to start selling your product, making some money, and ultimately make the world a better place. Are you ready? Let's get into it. So there is always a challenge for startups getting funding for their businesses, especially at this part of the world. Until recently, there hasn't been any assistance directly or much assistance directly from the government to entrepreneurs, even though currently what is available is not also for all entrepreneurs. And there are a lot of entrepreneurs with business ideas who don't have the funding in order to begin the business or start with their business. But one thing you must understand is that 99% of the businesses that fail in the first 5 years don't necessarily fail solely because of lack of funding. As a matter of fact, a lot of these businesses fail not because they lack funding, but because they have too much funding. One thing also that you need to understand as a rising entrepreneur is that businesses don't just become successful because of the availability of funds or because of how much money they have, at their disposal or capital they have, but because of the strategies that they adopt and implement. Now, if you are like me at the beginning stages of my business or my journey as an entrepreneur, I was going from places to places, speaking to venture capital firms, financial institutions, and even people who have money, who I know, believe, and can trust me with some money and all can assist me with some money. But they did not give me any money. Some even tried to talk me out of my journey or my endeavor of being an entrepreneur and not starting my business. And they went ahead advising me to get a job, live my life as everyone else, and just ignore my dreams. Now, I know you have experienced this before. If you have not, definitely you're going to be experiencing this. If you are currently experiencing that also, you must know that this is something that you need to understand. Now, it is one thing to tell me, Nhyira, I cannot give you the assistance you need. Nhyira, I cannot give you what you want. But to try to talk me out of my mission, that I cannot accept. Because you see, almost always, we the entrepreneurs, we the people with the idea, we understand what we want. We see the end picture. We see exactly what we want. But sometimes it is difficult to actually articulate what you really want to do. And so for that reason, it becomes very difficult to let people bet on you. And like I mentioned in the previous video, people cannot bet on you because you are juvenile, because you've not done anything before, because there are a lot of businesses doing what you want to do, and you are coming in as a newbie, and you are coming in and you are trying to take on a market that is highly competitive. So nobody is willing to risk their money to provide you with the assistance that you need, the assistance you need financially to be able to build your business. But does it mean that you cannot build that business? Does it mean that you cannot achieve your goals? Does it mean that you cannot achieve your dreams? Does it mean that you cannot take your product to the marketplace and sell? No, it certainly doesn't mean that. So with the anger that I felt, I had from the experiences, the competitions I attended, the people I spoke to, and they're trying to talk me out of my mission, I was really angry, I was really disturbed. Then I began. I researched, I read, I watched YouTube videos, I listened to podcasts because I felt it strong within me that there has to be a way. There is actually a way. Yes, no entrepreneur, no billion-dollar, million-dollar, not all these companies are built from people or by people who had everything, who had all the fundings that are necessary or that is necessary for them to build their business. So I knew that there has to be a way. But as to how to find a way, that was my challenge. So through my research, through my work, I came across two key strategies that I implemented as an individual. Remember, everything I share with you on this channel is not something that I just know somewhere, but it is something that has worked for me over the years, something that I've tried and tested it, something that is proven, something that I know when you adopt today, you can start making money from your business in the next 3 to 4 weeks and start taking your life to the next level. Through this research, I came across two key strategies that I believe All entrepreneurs, rising entrepreneurs, must understand, irrespective of how much funding you have at your disposal, whether you have zero funding or you have some funding available, these two key strategies are critical that will help you to start your business, that will help you to scale your business, that will help you to ultimately build that unicorn business. So what are these two key strategies? Are you ready? Now, comment in the chat box, let me know, what do you think are the key things that makes a business successful? What do you think are the reasons why a lot of entrepreneurs actually fail in the first 5 years? And what makes you think that you are exceptional and your business can thrive? Put it in the chat box. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6:30 p.m. I release new videos on social media management, on entrepreneurship, funding, and other videos on entrepreneurship to assist you in order for you to build that business and become successful. Are you ready? So let's get into these strategies. Strategy number 1 is leverage. Now, I gave you a sneak peek of this strategy in the previous video where I spoke about how you can get funding for your startup, and I named it at Strategic Alliance. But I want to expand on that concept here to talk about leverage. Now, what is leverage? Leverage simply refers to, or can be defined as, the use of other people's resources in the pursuit of your goal. The use of other people's resources in the pursuit of your goal. So if you want to become successful, if you want to build that business, the first strategy you need to understand is leverage. Okay, so you will ask, Nhyira, leverage on what? Number 1, you can leverage on premises. In the previous video, I shared with you that one of the ways that you can get your business going is infrastructure, the physical premises of your business. When I started, I realized that I needed money to get an infrastructure. Remember, I ran an educational institute, the Premium Education Hub, a licensed partner in learning for the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana Professional Qualification Program. Now, I needed premises for that. Per my estimates, I would need about 50,000, 60,000 to be able to raise or get a location. Now, what do? I look for a business, I look for a school that they already run a school but are not doing the ICA program. So what do? I present them with a proposal and I leverage on their premises. They already had the DEXs, they had a strategic location. All that I needed to do is structure my class in such a way that it will not conflict with their existing class, and we share in the profit that comes at the end of the day. That is the first thing, leveraging on premises. Now, you need to understand that when you are going to businesses or an existing business to try this out, your business has to be symbiotic to the existing business. What does that mean? Your business cannot be antagonistic to that business. Your business cannot compete with that business. Your business should be able to what? Add up. Your business should be able to fit in. For instance, the school that I got and what we are currently still using, they are already running languages. They do languages, they do WASI remedials, and they are in education. But like I said, they are not doing the ICA Professional Qualification Program. So me coming on board with the ICA Professional Qualification Program is symbiotic, it's integrated. We are all in the same thing. We are all teaching. We are all having students. That is the thing. So the first thing that you need to understand about leverage is premises. So what business are you into? What idea do you have? What is it that you want to do? Is it possible you can find somebody doing something that your business will be symbiotic to them, that your business can fit into them so that you guys can render a holistic service and share in the profit? Is it possible? You have to send proposals and give it to the people in that case. Now remember, when sending these proposals, you need to make sure that you let the people sign what is called a non-disclosure agreement. A non-disclosure agreement. Now, a non-disclosure agreement is an agreement signed where you are able to disclose your business ideas to somebody, but the person, by signing the non-disclosure agreement, cannot share or use the idea that you share with the person, because it is very important for you to protect your idea. It is very important for you to protect your business, but you are now starting out. You may not have trademark. You may not have patented it. You may not have any documentation proving that this is your idea. So when sharing your proposal, when sharing your idea, you have to make sure that anybody that you are sharing the idea with signs a non-disclosure agreement, so that Even if they stand you down, they will not end up doing what you suggested. They will not end up doing what you wanted to do with them in that case. This applies to when raising money from investors as well. When you are going to an investor trying to discuss your business idea with an investor, a VC, or an institution, you have to make sure that they sign a non-disclosure agreement. And this is very critical. This is fundamental. I'll be sharing on this later on the channel. So you make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay connected. Another thing that you can leverage on will be expertise. Remember, I shared with you in the previous video that one of the reasons why investors are not willing to give you money is because of the team. You don't have any team who are behind you. Now, you may have the technical knowledge, okay? You may have the technical knowledge for the business, but how to actually run a business, you may not know about it. So this is why you need to bring some people on board who are already expertise in that. Accountants, VC for sales, social media managers, IT experts, websites developers. You have to find out who can I leverage on. Now the trick here is this. You may not be able to pay them at the initial stages. So what you need to do is to strike again a proposal here where you are going to be sharing in the profits, or sometimes giving them an equity ownership of the firm so they become co-founders. Like I told you in the earlier video, don't be greedy and say, this is my company. Don't be greedy and say, I want to do it on my own. Don't be greedy and say, I am just by myself and that is all I want and that is what I will do it. And so either you support me or you go away. No, you've got to be willing to give some equity out. You've got to be willing to share in the profit with others. Because, like I said, you need a VC for sales. You need a VC for social media. You need somebody who will be taking care of the day-to-day management of the company. Yes, you have the technical idea, but you don't know how businesses are run. There is a difference between having an idea and running a business. So if you have the idea, but you don't know how businesses are run, you don't understand finances, you don't understand the languages, you don't understand borrowing, you don't understand trade receivable, you don't understand how to strategize various financing policy, how to determine the wage, the salary of people, then you need to bring someone on board who will be able to do that. Like I said, you don't have money to pay them, so you can suggest sharing in the profit. You can suggest giving them ownership equity. Now, it is not everybody that will accept, but some people are willing who think in the long term, and this depends on the negotiation you have with them, and you can leverage on other people's skills. So number one, you can leverage on premises, physical premises. Number two, you can leverage on what? People expertise. And the third one is my favorite, you can leverage on technology. Whatever business that you are into, you need to find out how you can leverage on technology to scale your business as soon as possible. Because remember, this day and age, you can't start a business and after 5 years, you are still not making profit. After 5 years, you are still not having customers. After 5 years, people don't know you. No. If you have to start a business, you must learn how to leverage on technology. How do you use social media? How do you use a website? How do you use Google? How do you use content creation on YouTube, on Instagram TV, on Facebook, or even on TikTok? How do you use these platforms to run targeted ads so that you can direct traffic for people to come and buy your product? How do you create content on YouTube, on Facebook for your business, for your video, to educate your client, to be able to help you to be able to get to the door, let them know about you so they can buy from you. So technology is very, very critical. You must understand how you can leverage on technology. This day and age, there is no way you will start a business without a website. So this is where skills, so the expertise falls into it. So there is somebody who knows about social media. There is somebody who knows about website development. There is somebody who knows about advertising on Facebook, advertising on our advertisement on YouTube, advertisement on Google. Someone knows about it. Bring that person on board. Let that person assist you so you can leverage on these platforms to build your business. By the grace of God, I am where I am and going to where I am going because of how I've leveraged on technology. I leverage a lot on technology. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, website, podcast, iTunes, and all of these platforms. Name them. You will find me there. Name them and you will find me there, and I'm doing something there. So that is the first strategy you need to understand as an entrepreneur, as a rising entrepreneur. Find out who can I leverage on in terms of premises? Who can I leverage on in terms of expertise? And what technologies do I need in order to scale my business as soon as possible? As soon as possible. Then the second strategy is sales. You see, nothing occurs in a business unless there is a sales. I don't care how fun your product is, how the quality of the product is, until someone buys and pays you, nothing has happened. So you need to understand how you can sell your product. Now, this is where Grant Cardone concept of who has my money comes in. At the beginning stage of your business, you need to identify who has my money, who is your ideal customer, where are they located. This is where technology comes in, social media comes in, targeting ads, all of these things will come in. So who are your ideal customers? Is it children? Is it male, female? What are their age brackets? Where are they at? Are they in the city? Are they in the village? Are they located in a specific geographical area? Where are they at? You must find out who your customers are. But not only that, after you identify who your customers are, you must find out how you can get your message to them. This is where advertising comes in. This is where copywriting comes in. Because you need to understand how to write a copy. You need to understand how to write an ad. You need to understand how to communicate your message so that people will be able to trust in, buy into your product, and ultimately buy some of the products so they can start making money. Like I said in the previous video, at the initial stages, your product may not be of the best quality. Your product may not be of the highest quality, but at least it can solve a problem. At least it can be a solution to some people's problem. So what do? You find out who are my ideal customers and how can I get to them and how do I craft my message so that they will be able to understand the functionalities of my products, the benefits of my products, the uses of my products, so they can try it out and find out whether my products can solve their problems for them. That is very critical. So as an entrepreneur, ask yourself right now, do you have the skills of sales? Do you understand how to sell? Like I said earlier, it is one thing to have the idea. It is one thing to have the best product, but it is another thing to sell the product. Now, statistics have shown that the products that sell like crazy are not necessarily the best products. The products that sell like crazy are not necessarily the best product. Why? Because if the product is marketed well, if the product is authorized well, if the product gets into the right people, they will buy it, they will give you the money that you want, and it will solve their problems for you. So it is who knows you. Okay, not who you know. It's about who knows you, not who you know. So the question I want to ask you is, who knows you? Who knows you? This is where technology comes in. This is where social media comes in. This day and age, you cannot run a business and say, I am selling without a Facebook page. You cannot run a business and be selling without a YouTube and Instagram account, depending on whatever business that it is that you are into. So, my friend, are you having an idea? Have you been walking around, wandering around, finding money for your startup? You don't need it now. What you need to understand, how you can leverage on premises, how you can leverage on other people's skills, how you can leverage on technology to start that business. But after that, you must understand sales. And this is a key aspect. If there is anything I want you to take away here, you must understand who your ideal customers are. There are a lot of the times I consult with rising entrepreneurs and I ask them, so who are your ideal customers? And they are like, they are not able to pinpoint. You need to be able to pinpoint, narrow it down who your ideal customers are. Very critical. So you don't waste your resources, because remember, at the beginning stage of your business, you broke. At the beginning stage of your business, you don't have money. At the beginning stage of your business, you don't have a lot to just trial and be spending. You need to be laser beam focused and provide the assistance that the people need, that your products can solve for them, so they can become successful. So the question I ask is, who are your customers? Who are your customers? You need to be able to identify who your ideal customers are. Once you identify who your ideal customers are, then you will be able to become successful. So which of these two strategies resonates with you? Which of these two strategies do you think you can implement right now? Which of these two strategies do you think you can adopt right now and implement right now? Now, listen to me carefully. If you should implement these strategies right now, I can guarantee you the next 3 to 4 weeks, your product will be on the market and you will start selling it and start making some money. I know. I have been there and I know what it took me and I know why I am where I am today. Today I run ads. Sometimes people look at it and they are like, whoa, Nhyira, how are you doing all of these things? How is it that your YouTube channel is growing? How is it that people are getting to know you? Because I'm leveraging. And it doesn't cost that much to leverage. So my friends, 2 strategies. If you can leverage and you can understand sales, who your customers are, where they are at, and how you can reach them, and understand copyright, I can guarantee you, you will be able to take your business to the next level. I'll see you in another video. Remember to subscribe to the channel and stay connected.